Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate you joining me. Today we have a 200-meter automatic diver from Melbourne Watch Company, and this is called the Sorrento. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, wearability, and lume, and then I'll let you know what I think of this now sold out Sorrento from Melbourne Watch Company. And also make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt. I have all brand new designs and they're on sale from now until the end of the year. Make sure you use my coupon code MAV15 off, that's MAV15OFF, to save 15% off your entire order. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So here you go, Melbourne Watch Company watch box. Really nice watch box. It's made out of some sort of like acrylic or something. I'm not quite sure the material. It's not wood, but it's a very thick, heavy acrylic plastic, something like that. It's really nice. There you go, there's the watch. And you get some literature up here behind this foam. Let me see what we get here. You get the, looks like this is the warranty card. There you go. What is this? I'm guessing probably the manual. Yep, there you go. There's the owner's handbook. Rather nicely done, by the way. And guys, I feel a little bit bad because the Sorrento is actually sold out on Melbourne Watch Company's website. They sell out of these watches really fast. They also have another model called the Fitzroy, and that one's sold out too. I apologize, man, but their divers sell out really, really fast. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and review the Sorrento, at least, you know, let you know what it looks like. You also get, well, you can see it. It's kind of hard to take out. You get a microfiber cleaning cloth right there. So let's go ahead and take the watch out. I'll put up the specs on the left-hand side of the screen. And again, they're sold out on their website, but maybe you can find one on eBay if you really look hard. Good looking watch upon first kind of inspection here. Really neat. All right, let's go ahead and put all this stuff up. Now, I remember reviewing the Port C, gosh, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and I like that one a lot too. And I like Melbourne Watch Company's watch. I think you get a lot for your money. They're good looking watches, they're well made. And that's why I wanted to review the Sorrento, even though, again, you can't get one anymore unless you go on eBay or something. So anyway, you're looking at a 42 millimeter stainless steel case. It's 13.5 millimeters thick. It's 49.5 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelet with quick release. You do get a sapphire crystal with an AR coating. It's water resistant to 200 meters, which is 660 feet. You get a Sellita SW200 automatic with a power reserve of 38 hours. You do have a screw-in stamped decorated case back. It's not screw down, it's screw in. You do have a signed screw down crown over there at 3 o'clock with some pretty pronounced crown guards. You do have a date function over at 3 o'clock. You do not have a day function. You have a ceramic dial, which is really nice, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. It is windable, it is hackable. You have Japan Super Lume, and you have a 120 click aluminum bezel, and the bezel has a really neat little design element, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So guys, this is going to be my second to last review of 2019. I really wanted to get this review in because I like this watch a lot. Again, I think you get a lot for your money. It's a good looking watch, great materials, again, very well made, not too expensive, even though, again, and this is the last time I'm going to say it, you can't get these anymore on Melbourne Watch Company's website. They're actually sold out. So you're going to have to look on eBay to get one of these if you want one, really bad. If you really want this one, I might be able to cut you a deal on it. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to sell it or not. I like the watch a lot. But if you really want this one, shoot me an offer and we'll kind of see what happens. So I guess the main elements of this watch are the water resistance is 200 meters. And it's a beefy watch. It is heavy. It's not a light watch by any means. You do have a really nice ceramic dial. It adds a lot of texture and depth to the dial. I love that ceramic dial. It just looks fantastic. You've got those big hour and minute hands. You have a really nice second hand with that little rectangle at the end there. Not too much writing on the dial. You got the Melbourne Watch Company logo up there at 12 o'clock. You got Sorrento down there at 6 o'clock, and they're kind of embedded into the ceramic dial. You got some circular indexes here on the inner chapter ring. On the bezel, you've got some rectangles here, and I'll go ahead and give you a lume shot here in a second. Just a really interesting looking dial. Again, very 3D because of that ceramic dial. You have a nice bezel around the date window, which I really appreciate. You've got black numerals on a white background, which makes it really easy to read. I think just a very classic looking dial. I mean, I like it. You've got two little circles up here at 12 o'clock to delineate it from the rest of the inner chapter ring. We've just got regular circles here. Those indexes are applied at 3, 6, and 9, and they're basically on the inner chapter ring, the little circles right there. And then you have an outer chapter ring that basically gives you a 60-minute countdown right there on the outer chapter ring. Now, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. I'm going to try to get it in focus here. But if you look at the bezel has an actual wave pattern on it. And I don't know if you can see it. There you go. See the wave pattern on the bezel itself, which I thought was really cool. I love that. Just a little touch. They didn't have to do that, but I just think it looks really cool, man. Nice little touch by Melbourne Watch Company. Whoever designed this watch, just want to put a little bit something special on the bezel. You do have nice grip on the bezel as well, and I'll go ahead and show you that. You have a tiny bit of back play, which is not a big deal. Just a little bit, not a lot. You've got a triangle up there with a little tiny luminous pip in the middle to indicate 12 o'clock, and it lines up perfectly, which is really nice. The dial is a tad chromed out. I mean, the hour and minute hands are super chromed out. So is the second hand. So are all the indexes. All the indexes have a chrome bezel around them. I do like on the bezel, though, that these indexes are actually set inside the bezel. You can kind of see a little 3D action going there. They're actually set deep inside the bezel, which is nice. And let's look at the rest of the watch. The case, you're getting a mixture of brushed and polished areas on the case itself. So if you look on the side of the case, you got that sign screw down crown. You've got your case guards. This is all brushed. Now on the case back, you have a little polished area here for the case back. And then on the bracelet, you have got polished and brushed and satin finished surfaces on the bracelet as well. Let me polish this up real quick for you. Guys, I tried to use those gloves and I just can't do it, man. Those white gloves I've used in the last 2 reviews, I just don't get any tactile feeling with them. And it's especially hard to unscrew and screw crowns back in. So I'm ditching the gloves. So if I just have to wipe the watch off, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So anyway, so here's the bracelet again. You can see all the polished surfaces on the inner links and then the brushed surfaces on the outside. Again, with the case, all brushed it looks like with the case itself. You do have some polishing on the bezel right there, as you can see. And it's not really a coin edge. I really don't know what you would describe that as. It's not a coin edge, but it does have plenty of grip, which is nice. It's an aluminum insert. And again, I love that wave pattern on the bezel. Very nice. So let's look at the rest of the bracelet. Nice bracelet, beefy, chunky, heavy, but not, not too heavy. Now this does have a Sellita movement, so obviously the movement is made in Switzerland, but the rest of the watch is assembled in Australia. And I don't know if they're outsourcing any of the bracelet parts or any of the case or anything like that, but it's actually assembled in Australia. Here's your tag right there. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and open this up. You get a nice signed buckle right there, polished buckle. There you go. I like that. Now, I like this a lot. I like the fact that they actually made like a satin finish or like a bead blasted finish on this machined scissor clasp. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this case back. You've got a nice diver's helmet stamped onto the case back there, and you've got some laser etching around the edge of the case back. What does it say? Stainless steel, 20 atmospheres, which is 660 feet. Melbourne, 26 joules. Swiss automatic movement. And if you notice, this is not a screw down case back, it is a screw in case back. How they're able to do that and still make it 200 meters water resistant is a mystery to me. But then also you can see the quick release bracelet right there on either side. So if you want to put this on a NATO, pop some spring bars in there and slap this on a NATO or whatever type of strap you want. I like this bracelet a lot. Very well made bracelet. So I would personally probably just keep it on the bracelet. But, there is that option to do that if you want to do that. Let me show you the crown again. You get a little Melbourne Watch Company logo right there on the edge of the crown. Crown's got tons of grip on it. Let me go and unscrew it. So, of course, first position is for your date. Second position is for your time setting. And, of course, it hacks like you would expect a Sellita movement to do. So there you go. And I just noticed that inner chapter ring's kind of shiny, by the way. I just noticed that. But I mean, again, I think you're getting a lot of watch for the money. It's good looking. I mean, they make some fantastic looking watches over there at Melbourne Watch Company. Let me go ahead and screw this thing back in here. Nice screw in action. There we go. So guys, I'd like to know your thoughts on this watch, man. Again, you know, they sell out of these real quick. They're very popular watches. And I would love to know your thoughts on this watch. Tell me what you think. A lot of these micro brands are really pumping out some really quality watches, and they don't feel and look like micro brands anymore, which I like. I think that's a fantastic advancement for the micro brand watch world. The fact that these watches don't look or feel like micro brands anymore. All right, so let's go ahead and try this thing on. It's a little bit big. I need to take some links out. It's a tad big, which is, you know, I'd rather the bracelet be big than be too small. Man, that is a good looking watch, man. Wow. Gosh, and look at that ceramic dial. I just love the kind of horizontal Geneva striping effect that it has. And it is a little bit blingy, but not too bad. Minimal glare from the crystal. Good looking watch, man. All right, let's go ahead and do the lume. Let me take this thing off. Get all the tags out of the way. Let's go ahead and kill the studio light. Let's kill the monitor. Give you a nice lume shot here. It's already shining a little bit. There you go. All right, let's see what we got with the lume. I'm not expecting too much, and honestly, I wish that the indexes were a little bit bigger. I think they're a tad small, but I mean, it's getting the job done, I guess. I have to be, you know, honest, not my favorite lume of you know, many of the watches I've reviewed, but it's not too bad. Again, bigger indexes would have made a, you know, a nice difference. I do like the fact that the hour minute hands, you know, seem to have a fair amount of lube in them. But, you know, not my favorite lume, but, you know, it is what it is. So let's turn everything back on. Let's go ahead and wrap this review up. Again, I'd love to know y'all's thoughts. If any of y'all have a Melbourne Watch Company watch and you like it or dislike it, I'd love to know what y'all think of this company in general, what you think of their watches, the stuff they're putting out. Another watch reviewer trashed one of their watches a while ago, like a year or two ago. And I'm hoping that that hasn't affected them too much, because I tell you one thing, they're an absolute pleasure to deal with. And I think they make a quality watch. I think this guy, for whatever reason, was just, you know, I don't know what his deal was. I'm not going to name names. I think y'all might know who I'm talking about. I think he's an Irishman living in Australia. So I think you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to name names, but he trashed one of their watches before. And I think that's really unfortunate, because I think they make a great product. So anyway, so I went ahead and tried it on. You checked out the lume. So again, tell me what you think. And if you can find one on eBay, by all means, go and get one. They used to be about, I think, 950 Australian dollars, which equates to about $650 US. So not an inexpensive watch by any means. I mean, you're paying for that Sellita movement, you're paying for the sapphire, you're paying for the 200 meters water resistant, and you're paying for a really good watch. I mean, it's just a nice watch. Very nice watch. And my only probably gripe, lume, a little bit of a letdown. But guys, you know, that's really about it with this one, man. I wish they had more lume on it. And that's really about it. So anyway, guys, if you can find one, check on, you know, eBay and see if you can get one. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. All of us YouTubers really appreciate it when you do that. It really makes a world of difference when y'all do that. So I've got one more review after this one. Then I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for 2019. I appreciate all y'all watching my videos and liking and subscribing. And I'll have more to say on that on the next video. But guys, that's really about it, man. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.